Hey now, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I thought I should review episode 2 of season 1 of Supergirl because I didn't review episode 1 last week because that episode, the pilot, was leaked months ago, and I reviewed it then. Just in case anybody wants to hear my thoughts on the pilot, I rewatched it last week when it was on TV, and I still have the same opinions and thoughts of it. I'm not loving the show just yet. I think it's okay. There's things about it that I like and things about it that I don't like, and I'm sure if you didn't see that review, I will get into some of that with this second episode entitled Stronger Together, because I guess the S on the S symbol in her chest means a lot more than just hope, apparently. The episode begins with we see Supergirl flying or training, which is something that was cool. I like seeing this actress, Melissa Benoist. I like her as Supergirl. She is one thing that I like a lot. She's very loving, she's cute, she's just very nice. You buy her as this character. And so seeing her fly or be strong, fight, use her powers, this is why I want to like the show more. This is why I want to love the show. I want the show to be great because, to have a superhero show with a female lead character is something that we need more of. So that's why my expectations might be too high for the show. Who knows? After the montage of her training with the military, she gets this call about a fire that breaks out. So she goes to try to move the ship and accidentally spills oil in the ocean. Oops! But hell, I look at it as she saved lives over a couple of fish in the water. Maybe I'm crazy, but now everybody's giving a crap about it. That's where she sits down and says, okay, I need practice. I need help. I'm very green. I'm very new at this. And you see her with Wynn and James Olsen. Wynn, I don't really know how I feel about the guy. Although I don't love that she told him her secret already. It's like, you've known this guy at work, and he's clearly hitting on you, even though he then acts like your gay best friend when they were doing the outfit stuff. And apparently he's a really good sewer, which he admitted tonight. But I don't know, it's just, maybe I'm just thinking about all of the other superhero stuff that I'm used to watching, whether it's movies or TV shows, where those characters don't tell sometimes their best friend, and you understand that. Where you have this girl who tells fucking everybody, or at least tells some random guy in the office. James Olsen, I don't love the massive changes that they've done to this character, and I'm not just saying because he's black, but he's a really good-looking, really suave, competent sort of guy, and it's like, this isn't Jimmy Olsen at all. It's not. And he has a line where he's talking to Kara and he's telling her how, when he first started in Metropolis, he was the shy, nervous guy with a camera. I'm like, dude, I can't buy your tall ass as a shy guy. I know, I'm being very close-minded right now. However, I do like the actor, and it's the actor that's giving me the pass, I guess, or that's making me say, okay, fine, if it was a shitty actor, it wouldn't have worked. But he's a charming guy, so, and I'm curious to see if they're actually going to follow through and have him be the love interest for Supergirl. To see a big hit superhero TV show where we have a white female character and a black guy as the love interest, that's awesome. Just saying. Let's talk about Cat Grant, who is Supergirl's or Kara's boss at this newspaper place. I hate this character. I hate her. They try to have a scene with her where she explained how she was Perry White's assistant, which tons of references to the Superman mythology, not just with Perry White, but they mention Lois Lane, Clark Kent, and you get it. This is all connected to that world. Not necessarily the Man of Steel movies, but that world. So I get it, the references are going to be there, but there's so many references in just the first 2 episodes, and we're not ever going to have Clark Kent or Superman ever show up. At least that's what I believe. So it's kind of weird to be referencing it this much if, it's almost hard for me to believe that all of these times Supergirl's on the news, all of these times that she's saving people, or even if when she messes up, hell, you would think Superman would be like, well, fuck, let me go visit my cousin and help her out. And not even help her out like she needs help fighting a villain. I mean, needs help learning, needs help using her powers. The fact that he never shows up for that, it's like, and I get it, it's not entirely the show's fault. Maybe they're not licensed to use the character, so it's like, well, what do you do? I don't know, go with the explanation like in Superman Returns or other comic book stories where Superman leaves the Earth for like 2, 3, sometimes 5 years, and so she's the only one. She's the only Kryptonian on Earth to save the world. I don't know. It's the only other explanation that I can come up with on the top of my head. You jump ahead to the end of the episode and we see, because Cat Grant wants an interview with Supergirl. I mean, it makes sense. It's also kind of funny because Lois Lane gets the first interview with Superman, so they're trying to do something there. The end of the episode, we see Supergirl granting this interview with her. Of course, like, we don't see it, we just see them finally meeting. I'm going to find it highly hilarious if Cat Grant has this interview with Supergirl and never realizes that it's her assistant. I know, this has been something with Clark Kent for years and years, for practically his whole time that we've known the character, where he's Superman, but when he's Clark Kent, he puts on glasses, he acts like a nerd, and nobody knows that it's him. This has been established for a long time with the character, so I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't. Still, though, I don't know. I feel like 2015. That's a lot harder to pull off and get away with. So we'll see what happens with that. Hank Henshaw is the black guy, the military guy, who he's another character I hate. I hate because he's such a dick to Supergirl. Just the way he talks to her, talks down to her. Maybe he's supposed to represent all the people who look at Supergirl as a female hero and laugh at it or don't buy it. So he's that voice, and then Supergirl's constantly proving him wrong. Maybe even over time gain his respect. But then we see at the end he has red eyes. So he's not human. I don't know what he is, but whatever, he's still a dick, so I don't like him. Alex Danvers is the sister. I like her relationship with Kara. I like her training her. I like her looking out for her. We get some flashbacks of Krypton, so that's interesting. Especially, now this is what separates her from Clark Kent. This is what differentiates her with Superman, because Superman was just a baby when Krypton blew up. He doesn't have any memories of Krypton. Kara remembers Krypton. She was, I don't know how old she was, but she has memories of it. Seeing Krypton and her life there before everything happened is one of the things I think the show can take advantage of, will take advantage of apparently, so that's a huge plus. Let's talk about the main villain of the episode, which was this weird creature looking thing. Honestly, he looked like the mutated vampire creatures from Blade 2. The vampires that like open up their mouths and, kill people that way. This looked like the same exact thing. How you have such a lighthearted, almost female-driven audience type of show, and then have such a terrifying-looking villain, it's beyond me. You don't know who this show is targeted for, but I think what was more annoying about this is that he just ended up being a pawn to Kara's aunt, who is the main villain, just like the villain of the first episode. And not only that, this villain was easily defeated by the sister, a human. Now, okay, they said that this creature held Grammet, or whatever it was. It's not a Kryptonian, so he's not super powerful, but it's still an alien of some sort. But yet the sister took him out. Wow! Wow. At least they gave us the first re-meeting of Supergirl and her aunt. At least that happened a lot sooner than I thought. They fought each other, which is something I didn't think we would get in the second episode. They threw each other around. For a TV budgeted show, I think they pulled it off fairly well. Not quite Superman and Zod. I don't quite know what her aunt wants, what's her motivations. She says she wants to save the world, but what does that mean? Again, things about the show I like, things about the show that I can't pretend that I like. I want this show to be great. I want the show to be good. I want this to be the first, or one of the first that I can think of, good female superhero TV show. Because the last one that I can think of was Birds of Prey! Back in CW, or WB. Holy hell. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the second episode, and what do you think of this show so far? Do you like it more than I do? I like it. I just want to love it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!